and sing to you this song. Glory is the way. We keep making mistakes. The glory is all for us. It's all for you. Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart's torn to pieces. It's my offering. Y'all, today is Sunday. Are we cleansing? Today is Sunday. Are we cleansing our house? Take me to the King. I got my music playing in the background. Today is Sunday. We should be cleansing. We should be cleansing. Today is Sunday. We should be cleansing. We should be cleansing. Y'all, we should be cleansing on Sunday. You know, Hoodoo is good with their brown paper bags. Brown paper bags is powerful. I need you to make a way as you have done so many times before. Through an open door, I stretch my hands to thee. Come rescue me. I need you right away. I need you now. Cleansing. Today is Sunday. You need to be cleansing. Cleanse your house. Cleanse yourself. You know, we already started off with the sage. So I already saged the house. We're finna follow up with some dragon blood. Sage is really good because sage remove everything. But then you always want to follow up with something sweet after sage. So once you have, did your sage all around the house, you said all of your prayers, the main thing with your incense, with your sage, you're cleansing your house, that you're saying all negative energy must leave, all negative spirits must leave. If anything is not serving my highest good, it must leave. Sage the house. As you are saging your house, you want to start from the front door and work your way to the back. Go upstairs if you have an upstairs. When I was in Indiana and I had a basement, I would go in the basement after, and you want to do that 2 times. The first time you're doing it, you're saying your prayers, you're rebuking everything, you're removing all of the negative energy. The second time around, you want to open a door or a window so that negative energy can leave. Also, while you're doing it, take the sage and sage yourself. Remove that negative energy off of you. So that's what you want to do with your sage. And then after your sage, you always want to follow up with something sweet. Do a frankincense and myrrh. Do a dragon blood. Remember, spiritual work is work. If you're going to be lazy, stay with religion. Spiritual work is work, especially when you got somebody that's sending you witchcraft and stuff like that. You want to make sure that you're cleansing properly. Everything must be cleansed. Once you do that, I always follow up with a floor wash as well. When you go to your ancestor altar, you should have your 9 cups. You should have your 4 cups going this way, your 4 cups going that way, and that cup in the middle with the crucifix. That cup in the middle with the crucifix, you want to take that water and put it in a mop bucket. That is now, once you have allowed that water to sit on the altar for 7 days with the crucifix in it, that now becomes holy water. You want to take that water and put it in your mop bucket. You can mix it with hyssop and Florida water, and that is a good cleanse for your home. And so you want to do an air element cleanse, which is your sage and your and your frankincense and myrrh, or your sage and your dragon blood, your sage and lavender. You want to do that first, and then after that, you want to follow up with a floor mop. And then you want to cleanse yourself. Cleansing yourself is very important. If you are doing witchcraft, if you are doing any type of rituals or something like that, or if you feel that somebody is doing something against you, you must cleanse. Cleansing is very important. Cleansing is very, very important. Some of you, if you're getting witchcraft out of the blue and all these people is doing stuff to you, you need to be cleansing on a daily basis. And these cleanses are not much. Easy cleanse. Your egg cleanse. You start off at your head. You always give honor and acknowledgement to Ori first. Who is Ori? Ori is you. Ori is your soul. Ori is at the center of your head. It's basically your crown chakra. So you start with Ori first. You give thanks to Ori, and then from there you go to the four corners. From the four corners, you're cleansing your entire body. There's multiple ways you can do this. Once you're done, you can put this on top of Eshu, but I'm gonna do a different ritual because I gotta let these bitches know. Don't be sending me shit. Because mine is a cleanse / return to sender. It's just taking the very thing that they sent me and just sending it back. Brown paper bag is key when working with hoodoo. You can do a lot of stuff with a brown paper bag. Add in my herbs. And then the oil that's been sitting on my altar that I made. I'm folding this away from me because I don't want this shit. You fold towards you when it's something you want. You fold away from you when it's something you don't want. And this is how you send shit back. Too much herbs? No, it's not. This is a very powerful ritual, and this is one of the epha rituals, and so that's the only reason I'm not teaching it from start to end. You know, epha is a very closed practice, and they really only teach the ritual to people that's initiated. And so even though I think that everybody should know it, I do try to respect, you know, their customs. Yeah, I provide services. It's on my website. And see, that's one of the reasons why I have to cleanse so much. I have to cleanse so much because I'm always doing rituals for other people. And so when people when people try to attack, it's gonna attack the person that sent the magic, not necessarily, the client. And so that's why, normally I gotta cleanse like crazy. Normally I cleanse on a daily basis. Yeah, things are getting crazy. With all the, things that Trump is changing and stuff like that. Like, things are about to be crazy as hell. You better learn how to start protecting yourself spiritually, because this year is going to be filled with so much stuff. This year is going to be filled with so much stuff, and you got to burn that stuff up. You know, some of y'all, like, some people let witchcraft get out of control, just completely out of control, that you let it consume everything, that it takes all of your money, it takes all of your love, it takes everything from out your life. And then that's when you want to start, sending stuff back. And it's like, no, the first sign that you seen change, the first sign that you seen things was, depleting from your life, you should start doing work immediately so that you won't see that much of a loss. And this is why people love, they love sending people, they love sending magic to people that don't know, people that, are really not practicing and stuff like that. Because most people is just like, oh, I'm just gonna call on the name of Jesus and that's it, and just do stuff just so nonchalantly. And then the next thing you know, while you're crying out to Jesus and doing all of this praying and stuff like that, your whole life is going into chaos. It's flipped upside down because you didn't do the thing that you were supposed to do in order to remove this magic. And, I get some people where it's like, okay, well, I didn't know what to do. But the moment you do know what to do, you got to start doing it. And that's, my thing is, if you don't know what to do, then you better hire and pay somebody to do it. Don't let your life get consumed with all of this witchcraft. And then you just keep going around in ignorance saying, well, I don't know what to do. You know, Connect with somebody spiritually. Yes, the moment you know better, you better do better. Like, there's so many, and I'm not trying to talk about anybody, but there's so many clients that I get that they come to me after 3 years, 5 years of heavy witchcraft, and everything is taken out. And now they don't have the money to do anything. And now they are saying, well, what can you do when I don't have anything? It's not much. Not much you can do. It's simple rituals and stuff you can do. But when magic has taken root like that in such a powerful way, you have to do ceremonies. That's when it's time to start doing Ebo. That's when it's time to start doing cleansings from a priest. That's when it's time to start connecting with people that know the secrets of epha, palomayambe, voodoo, hoodoo. That's when it's time to start connecting. But I can tell you one thing, that when magic do start to overtake your life, when magic do start to overtake your life, that's a sign that you haven't been cleansing. That's a huge sign that you haven't been cleansing. Some of you get so comfortable in the down season, in the good seasons, that you stop doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're like, oh, everything is going good in my life. Money is good, everything is good. Because of that, I'm not gonna cleanse. Because of that, I'm not gonna do Ebo. And you completely forsake. You forsake your orishas, you forsake your ancestors, and then when some sneak up on you, you wonder why it's overtaking you. It's like, when was the last time you talked to them? I mean, some of this stuff is simple. Like, let's go over all the orishas. When was the last time you gave Elegua an apple or banana? When was the last time you took your leftovers, the leftovers from your plate that you didn't even finish, and put it on top of a shoe? When was the last time that you broke bread with your ancestors, that you gave them a plate before you ate? When was the last time that you gave Ogun some nuts or rum? When was the last time you gave Ochosi, some trail mix? When was the last time you gave Oshun some sunflowers, pumpkins, lemons, almonds, pumpkin seeds? When was the last time you gave Yemaya fresh water and flowers, watermelon, melon, blueberries? When was the last time you gave Obatala anything white, white bread, rice pudding, rice, white bread? When was the last time? Um, when was the last time you gave, let's see, who else do we got? When was the last time you gave Oko a coconut? When was the last time you gave Oduduwa a coconut? When was the last time, well, that's pretty much all the main orishas that most people will know about. But there's other orishas. I mean, you still have Olakun. When was the last time you gave Olakun some type of melon, some type of fruit? Majority of the time, this stuff happen because we get so comfortable and we forget them. And when we start forgetting our team and we forsake them, that's when all hell break loose. Because even though you still are protected, you have them so far away from you. You know, we have to understand that even in the good season, we must still remember them. We should be honoring and acknowledging them every single day. And that's the importance of learning the days. Monday is for Elegua. Tuesday and Wednesday is for Ogun. Thursday is for Obatala. Friday is for Oya and Chango. Saturday is for Yemaya and Oshun. Sunday is for Obatala. And that's one of the reasons why I cleanse on Sundays, because it's Obatala Day. That's one of the best days that you can do cleansings. I want this shit to burn. I want this shit to burn. People learn quick. People learn quickly. Don't send me stuff. There we go. One of them just popped. They popped good. That was a good sign. That was a good omen. That's another thing, is rituals is divination as well. How the ritual perform and how the fire goes and stuff like that, it tells you a lot. And so this ritual is doing really good. It just gave a really good omen. I like rubbing alcohol, but I like this ritual a whole lot better. I don't use much I don't use much rubbing alcohol, especially when there's other stuff that it works more powerfully to me. But rubbing alcohol is a good one, but I don't use too much rubbing alcohol. Normally with rubbing alcohol, I would use that in a bath. You know, that's really good for a spiritual bath. I use that a lot for spiritual baths, but not for rituals like this. My bad. I'm zoning off because I'm watching this fire too. You know, the fire is divination. It tells you a lot how it blows, the type of smoke that comes out. The fire tells you a lot if your ritual is going to be successful or not. No, if you can't read the fire, then that's when you would have to do divination, whether it's the coconut shells, whether it's the cowrie shells, or whether it's tarot cards. But if you can read the fire, then you really don't have to do divination after this. It tells you a lot. It tells you a lot just by watching this fire. And this is really good. This is a really good omen. Really good omens is coming out. But we need to we need to learn how to start doing rituals. So, you know, I'll say it again, you know, I get it, you know, when I first came into the religion, I was the exact same way where I'm like, why do things cost so much? I was looking at the price, but you know, and the price only get better once you learn how to start doing the rituals yourself. But as long as you're paying somebody to do those rituals, then you know it can be a lot because you have to pay for their time, you have to pay for the you know materials and stuff that is used, and then you have to pay for the fact too that if this person start back sending you magic, that magic is going to go back to the person that performed the ritual for you or that performed the ceremony for you. And so you have to take that into consideration as well. And so, you know, cleansings is a must. You know, when I first got into this religion, you know, I got a lot of blessings. Like life-changing events start happening in my life. And a lot of people was looking at me like, how is it that you're receiving, you know, all of these blessings when some of the people are like, you know, I've been in a religion a whole lot longer and I haven't even received those things. I'm gonna tell you just like what the Bible say. Obedience is better than sacrifice. You know, there's so many people that get into this religion and they get their consecrated orishas and that's it. Their orishas are just sitting at the house, not being fed, and not even the basics of even just giving them water. You know, every single time that with my journey is that I always treat the orishas based on, you know, my income and stuff like that. When I first got my altars, almost everything on that altar was stuff from the dollar store and stuff like that because that's all I could afford at the time. But the more they start blessing me with more money, getting me to six figures, and you know all of these other blessings that they put in my life, I started to change the way I do things. Okay, now I'm gonna get more quality stuff on my altar because they have blessed me. And that's the thing that we have to remember. The more that they bless you, you gotta go up in your service of what you do. You know, you can't just expect all these blessings and stuff like that and then you forget to do the basics of leaving water a cup of water on your altar. You know, you expect all of these blessings but you haven't even done the basics of lighting a candle on your altar. These are just like basic things that you can be doing. And then the most important things is there's three things being in this religion you must always do and you must never forsake. And you will see a lot of blessings coming your way.
You need to do Ebo every single month. Ebo is a must. You must do Ebo. Ebo is a ceremonial offerings to the Orishas. Ebo is a must. So you must do Ebo. Once you're done with Ebo, you need to do a cleansing. Even though we can do cleansings ourselves, you should always do a cleansing every month, at least once a month, from a priest, from either an Orisha priest or a Babalao. And then the third thing is you need to get a reading from a priest. You need to get a reading to see what's happening, to see what's coming in, to see what's really in your energy. If you do those three things, you will see a significant change in your life. And you will start seeing that it will be harder and harder for people to start doing things in your life, like doing witchcraft and stuff like that. Those three things must be done every month. You must do Ebo, you must do a cleansing, and you must do a reading. Those three things are very important. But those three things are normally the three things that most people forsake. Those are the three things that most people forsake, because most people are like, oh well, as long as I'm giving my Orishas, apples, bananas, and meat, that's the only thing that they need. No, sometimes they need to feed. You know, Ebo is a ceremonial offering, and Ebo is animal sacrifice. Animal sacrifice is big in the religion, you know, and so it's just like the Old Testament. I tell people all the time, if you don't understand the Old Testament and the Bible, you would never understand epha. To me, epha is nothing but the Old Testament. If you really understand the Old Testament, the Ten of Tabernacle and things like that, you will be able to understand epha a whole lot better. But it's when you don't understand those things that things start to get a little complicated. All right, so this ritual is pretty much done. Awesome. I love the song. My God is Savior of the whole world, giver of salvation. By his stripes I am healed. My God is awesome. Today I am forgiven. His grace is why I'm living. Praise his holy name. My God is awesome. Oof. I got a reading in a couple of minutes. So this is perfect timing. So one of the things about me, I grew up Pentecostal apostolic, and so Pentecostal is like it's the hardcore of the Christians. They believe in the power of Holy Spirit, and it's a lot. Pentecostals are the ones speaking in tongues. Really strong about spiritual gifts. It was pretty good learning Christianity growing up. One of the things about Pentecostal, they always stressed, study to show thyself approved. You always want to study to show thyself approved.
And, when you go into a spiritual practice is not saying that you need to forsake everything that you learned before it. It's not saying that you got to throw away everything that you learned from Christianity. It's a lot of things from Christianity that you can take with you. That you can take those things with you and build upon what you're learning now. And so, that's key. And that's one of those things that you need to remember as well. And so, there are certain scriptures that I've taken with me. Like, one of the things is just to study to show thyself approved. And before I get into any spiritual practice, I study like crazy. That was the one thing that my Baba Lao told me, is that, he was like, you are the only person that I've met that when you actually came to the ceremony, you knew what to expect. You already knew the things about the orishas because I studied. I read every book out there, talking to different Babalaos and different Orisha priests, that I studied my ass off to learn everything that I need to know before actually walking into this spiritual path. Before I said, you know what, this is going to be mine, I studied my ass off. And you need to do that. You need to study. You need to learn the basics of the orishas. You need to learn your ancestors. You need to learn this stuff before you take that leap and say, I want to receive my hand of epha, or I want to get crowned and know who my head orisha is. Before you take that leap, you need to study. That's one of the things that my community is for. And so when you go to my stand store, there's a community, and I know somebody wrote a comment and was like, $50 a month is too much. Listen, on that website, and when you go into the community tab, there's so many things that you learn on that community tab. It's more than just divination. Whenever I do a reading on YouTube, I do put the extended version in the community. So you will have access to that once you join the community. I also do weekly readings on the community as well. But to me, the most important thing that's on the community is the resource tab. The resource tab, it gives me the ability to basically do weekly readings. And so every week I upload a PDF, and it's something teaching you something. So far we have talked about spirituality in the Bible that a lot of people don't like to acknowledge, and to me that's very important to teach, because a lot of people coming into this religion, they come from Christianity, and most people come in a very fearful way where they are like, oh, I'm turning my back on white Jesus, oh, I'm turning my back on this. And so those weekly readings, it helps you to understand that everything that you're going to be doing is in the Bible. People talk about crystals. Understand the importance of crystals and where they came from, when they were introduced. Crystals was very important when you learn about the 12 tribes of Israel, that every last one of them was associated with a healing crystal that they had to wear on their breastplates. And so those are the important things that, that is taught in the community. And then one of the things that I'm getting ready to go over now is that every week we're going to do a deep dive into one of the orishas so that you can understand them more. My book is just the painted keys. It's just telling you the sacred stories, which is basically comparable to the parables in the Bible. But even learning those parables, learning those painted keys is key with learning the orishas, learning their temperament and everything else, so you know what you should and shouldn't be doing with certain orishas. The painted keys teaches you what orishas can be by each other and what orishas, their energy don't complement each other and they need to be separated. And so how you place your orishas is very important. And so all of these things, like, we need to learn. We need to know all of these things. And so, we're going to start off with learning about Elegua. Elegua is the first Orisha that everybody should learn about because he's the door. You can't do anything without Elegua. Elegua is the one that opens the doors that allow you to speak to all the other Orishas. And Elegua is so powerful that he can intercede for any other Orisha. But all of these things we need to know. Well, how do we approach Elegua? What if we don't have our consecrated Orishas? Where do we go in order to acknowledge Elegua? Elegua Dominion is the roads. Elegua Dominion is the crossroads. Elegua Dominion is the door. And so if you do not have the consecrated Orisha in-house, then you want to go to the crossroad. The crossroad is a very powerful placement. When you feel that somebody is doing witchcraft against you and they're blocking your chakras, they're blocking, blessings from coming in, they're closing doors of opportunity, you go to the crossroads. You can go to the crossroad and do a lot of simple rituals that will open your door just like that. And all of the things that people have been working to stop in your life, now all of a sudden they're open. So those are the things that's going to be taught in the community. It's very important for us to get this information, and I'm always dishing out information, whether it's, in my books, whether it's doing lives, or whether it's, building up this community. But the community is very important. You want to make sure that you're learning this stuff. The religion is a closed practice, but you get into the religion by getting initiated. But even before getting into the religion, you can still work with the orishas. I know a lot of religious people are going to fight me on that because most people, it's like, oh, the orishas are not going to come to you if you're not initiated or if you don't have your hand of epha. That's BS. Before I got initiated with the orishas, I would call on the orishas. I would pray to the orishas. I would get offerings and everything else. And every time I prayed to them, things changed just like that. You have orishas like Oshun. Whether you're initiated or not, Oshun will come to your aid and help you and send you so many blessings. It's just once you get initiated, you get more knowledge and you get more wisdom. You know what it is that you need to be doing. And once you get initiated, it now takes you from going to their placements to now just going to your altar in your home. And so it makes it more convenient. Now you don't have to go to the river, lakes, or ponds in order to, worship Oshun or pray to Oshun. Now all you have to do is just go to her shrine and just talk to her and leave your offerings right there on your shrine or your altar. And so that's all it does, is that it makes it a whole lot easier for you in order for you to start seeing those blessings. But I mean, we gotta do this thing, and this is going into a crazy time. Like, we need to, this is the time we cannot fail spiritually. We need to be reciting Psalms 23, Psalms 91, and Psalms 3 on a daily basis, lighting a candle, in order to bring us blessings, and in order for us not to be affected by all of this crazy stuff that's getting ready to happen. The year has already started off with so much chaos, and we just got into February. It's expected that this year is about to be crazy as fuck. And so we need to know how to protect ourselves. But, we find this all too often that, we just want everything for free. We want everything to be given to us. Like, no, you got to go out. You got to get that knowledge. You got to get that wisdom. But majority of the time, we just want everything to be given to us. And because of that, we make a lot of mistakes. Because it's like, oh, instead of me getting the books and stuff like that and learning about the orishas, I'm just going to go and follow my intuition and do my own thing. And sometimes your intuition, sometimes it will lead you in the right place, but sometimes it's not even your intuition speaking, it's just your ignorance, and you think that this is your intuition. Like, there's certain things that must be done. There's certain things that the orishas like. There's certain orders that must be, certain things must be done in certain orders. And so we can't keep expecting that we're going to just do everything halfway and expect just good results. We get what we put in. That's the one thing about this path, is that we get what we put in. Whatever you sow, you shall reap. And some of us, we just expect for everything to be given to us. I wish it worked like that. Shit, when I first learned about this religion because somebody was doing spell work on me. Shit, I wish that somebody just would have gave me the answers and gave me the tools. I knew something was off and I had to do something about it. And I dedicated myself to finding the answer, and I found it. But we can't just keep expecting for everything to just be given to us. And so we gotta do the work. You you have a lot of resources. You have my 3 books that you can get on Amazon. You have the Emerging Butterfly, talking about a spiritual awakening. You have the Ancestors, teaching you how to build your ancestor altar and how to start working with your ancestors. You have the Painted Keys, which is teaching you the Painted Keys of the Orishas. And then you have the community. The community has so many resources for you. And so it's up to us whether we're going to get this knowledge or not. I actually started this path of doing things on a public level because of I didn't like the way that people were talking to the newbies. When I started getting on, TikTok and stuff like that, my idea was not to put myself out there. I only wanted to practice just for myself and my family. That was it. Making sure that I'm okay, making sure my kids are okay, making sure that my brothers and sisters are okay, my mother and father. That's it. I didn't want to do anything publicly. And mainly because, believe it or not, most people think I'm an extrovert because I do so many things on a public level, but I'm a true introvert at heart. It's hard for me doing this stuff. It's hard for me putting myself out there publicly because that's just not my core nature. My core nature is a true introvert. I will be in this house with my phone on Do Not Disturb and be doing all types of stuff, not caring about the world. That's my personality. But God just pushed me into a position that it forced me to be extroverted when I didn't want to. And so I start seeing how, people was making simple mistakes, like they were calling Obatala Oladumare. There's a big difference between the two. Obatala is an Orisha. He's the very first Orisha. He's the oldest Orisha out of all of them. Obatala is the Orisha of creation. He is the one that created the human beings. And so Obatala, one of the names for Obatala is the Sky Father, because the mountains is his dominion. And so you can kind of see how people would think that Obatala is Oladumare because of some of his natures. You created man, and people call you the Sky Father. And so typically when somebody is called the Sky Father, you automatically think of them as God. And so instead of people explaining to the person, hey, no, Oladumare is God, that's God of the earth, and Obatala is an Orisha, instead of just explaining that simple thing, like I would see people on line going in on a person. Oh, you're so ignorant. You're so dumb. You need to stay out of this religion and all of this other stuff. And I'm like, here we go. My personality is kicking in because I've always been a protector for people. That's the thing that used to always get me in trouble in high school and in elementary. When I would see somebody getting jumped, I didn't even know the person. I would jump in and start fighting with this other person because it was unfair to me. And I'm like, y'all not finna bully somebody in front of me. And so I've always been that way. That's probably why I end up getting into HR, is because I don't like the bullying. I don't even like it when managers try to do it with their employees. I shut it down immediately. And so when I start seeing that, of course, I start commenting all types of shit, defending the person. And I'm like, this is an easy fucking mistake. Like anybody would, anybody coming in new would do this. And I'm like, you're supposed to be a priest. Like, how are you a priest acting like this on social media? And so it kind of pushed me to start doing videos and stuff like that, teaching people stuff without the judgment, without the attitude. And that was the thing that started my journey. That was the thing that started my journey, is that, I started my journey for the sake of the newbies. Nobody should have to come into a new path when they're already scared. They already don't know if this is the right path for them. And then they're being met with this nasty ass attitude. No. And that was the reason why I start, you know what? I'm going to start doing videos. And I've been doing it ever since. But we do have to start studying. Like, none of this stuff is just going to be handed to us. And sometimes that's the thing that we expect. We just expect for people to just give us this stuff. We got to do the work. You got to do the investment. I don't have much time because I got a reading at 4:30, so I only got like 8 minutes. You have the overall energy as the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is all about manifesting. And it's saying that somebody is trying to manifest the sun in their life. Somebody is trying to get back to good times. Somebody is trying to so this could be somebody that's going through some type of depression, loneliness, sadness, that, somebody is trying to manifest the sun in their life, that they're trying to manifest, good vibrations. The sun is all about happiness, being triumph, is all about success and victory. And so someone is trying to manifest this in their life. And the clarifier is the Eight of Pentacles. Somebody is working very hard in order to bring this about. So somebody is in the realm of manifesting. Somebody is in the mindset of trying to manifest the sun. You have the Hermit card. The Hermit card is deep meditation and contemplation. But it's deep meditation about the past. Somebody is holding on to the past. And this is the thing that could be trapping you, of why this manifestation is so hard for you. In order for you to manifest this thing, is because you're trying to manifest something, but your mind is still stuck in the past. In order for true manifestation to work, everything must be into alignment. What you say must match what it is that you really feel and what it is that you really want. You can't go halfway in. You can't say, oh, I want somebody from my past back, and then at the same token say, oh, but that nigga ain't shit, and he never going to amount to anything. And it's like, why are we manifesting him back again? Why are we bringing him back if that's what it is that we really feel? Why are we doing that if that's what it is that we really think? And so, to me, this is an energy that somebody is kind of manifesting in vain, because you're not fully connected on every level of what it is that you truly want. So what is it that you truly want? Do you want this person back or do you not? Do you want somebody new or do you not? Somebody is very stuck in their mind on what it is that they want, and it's going to end up affecting the results. I tell people all the time, like when you, I don't have a candle near me. Let's pretend this is a candle. When you manifest love, this is a red candle. You're manifesting love. When this candle is going and you put your petition under the candle, this is a bill, but we just gonna put it under this so-called red candle. And this petition is not calling in a specific person. It's calling in what you desire, what you want. I want somebody masculine, muscular, someone that's spiritual, someone that's going to put me first, someone that's going to love and adore me, someone that's going to chase me, someone that's going to appreciate me, someone that's going to see my worth, someone that's going to be a good add-on to my life, somebody that's not going to be a burden, somebody that's not going to lie, somebody that's not going to cheat, somebody that's not going to deceive. That's what your petition is. Your petition is not calling in a specific person. It's calling in the characteristics of what it is that you want. and you're taking that petition and laying it under your red candle or your pink candle in order to manifest love. And then once you light that candle, you're reciting Psalms 24 and 25 is good for bringing in love. And so true alignment is the physical and the spiritual coming to each other, matching each other. The Bible put it like this: whatever you bind on this earth shall be bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on this earth shall be loosed in heaven. And so it talks about a connection. It talks about a connection of earth and heaven, that they must be into complete alignment in order for you to get true manifestation, which is the yin and yang. You must combine these two in order for you to get true manifestation. And so if the physical is saying, which is your petition, if the physical is saying, I want somebody masculine, muscular, attractive, good looking, that's going to care about me, that's going to put me first, and all of this other stuff. But as this candle is burning, and you're doing you're doing your psalms and you're doing your affirmations, but in your thoughts, you're saying, oh, niggas ain't shit. These niggas can never stay faithful. Men are always going to cheat. Men are always going to be this. Men are always going to be that. A nigga won't never put you first. You're going to get a mixture of both. You're going to get a mixture of the physical. You're going to get that person that's masculine, muscular, loving to you, that's going to see your worth and everything else. And you're also going to get what you were manifesting in your mind. You're going to get that nigga that's going to cheat on you, that's going to abandon you, that's going to fucking go, because you manifested both of these. You merged the physical with the spiritual together, and you said, this is the type of man that I want. And so that's the man that you got. You got what you believed. And that's what this reading is. This reading is someone that is manifesting, but you're manifesting happiness, but you're not fully connected, because it's like you're manifesting happiness, but you're also stuck in the past, which means you could be manifesting somebody new, but bringing on the last person's trauma back into your life. And now you have a new face, but the same demon. The same devil, because that's what you truly wanted. Where it's like you, even though you say you don't want it, you do want that person that want to cheat on you, because you keep saying that everybody is cheaters. You keep saying that niggas ain't shit. You keep saying that nobody can be faithful. And so you got to be careful when you're manifesting. I tell people all the time, when you have energy like this, I tell people, go on a fast. Oh, I got to end this because I got to get to this reading. So somebody is manifesting, but they're stuck in the past. You have a king of swords that's getting ready to travel to you. This person is getting ready to travel to you. And this person is leaving behind whatever it is that they're connected to, and they're being instructed by God in order to let this thing go. So somebody is trying to come back, or this could be a completely new person, but it is key that it's saying that whoever you are that's manifesting, this manifestation is going to end up giving you mixed results, because you're hoping for the new, but still rooted in the past. And that's not a good place to be rooted when you're trying to manifest something new. All right, everybody, check out my Stand Store. The Stand Store, you can sign up for readings. You can sign up for services. Then you can sign up for ritual ceremonies and things like that. Before you sign up for a ceremony or ritual, I do like to do a reading first to see what's in your energy, to see if that's what it is that you even need. You know, I'm not the type of person that I want to take your money. If the cards are saying that you don't need a ritual, then you don't need a ritual. If the cards are saying that you don't need a ceremony, then you don't need a ceremony. You can sign up for a personal reading on my website, and you can also check out the community on my website as well. It's a monthly subscription of $50 a month. All right, y'all, I got to jump to a personal reading.